உலப்பில் கீர்த்தியம் நிலவும் சுடர் சூழலிமூர்த்தி நிலவும் சுடர் சூழ் ஒளிமூர்த்தி நெடியா திலகம் உலகு காய் நின்ற திருவேங்கடத்து எம்பெருமானே குலதொல்லடியே உனபாதம் 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 शेषाचलनायकं भजामि शेषाचलनायकं भजामि शेषाचलनायकं भजामि शेषाचलनायकं भजामि शेषाचलनायकं भजामि विशेषवल्लप्रदायकं शेषाचलनायकं भजामि विशेषवल्लप्रदायकं शेषाचलनायकं भजामि विशेषवल्लप्रदायकं शेषाचलनायकं भजामि विशेषवल्लप्रदायकं शेषाचलनायकं भजामि भाषारमण प्रभृत्य शेषामरनुत कौस्तुभ भाषारमण प्रभृत्य शेषामरनुत कौस्तुभ भूषालङ्कृत बहुतर वेशात्मक विग्रहम् भूषालङ्कृत बहुतर वेशात्मक विग्रहम् शेषाचलनायकं भजामि मन्दहासवदनं स्वच्छन्दहृदयसदनं मन्दहासवदनं स्वच्छन्दहृदयसदनं सुन्दरजितमदनं मुकुन्दं मधुसूदनं सुन्दरजितमदनं मुकुन्दं मधुसूदनं दपात्र दिक्पालसनन्दनादिमुनिवराळि पुरन्दर दिक्पालसनन्दनादिमुनिवराळि वन्दितमभिनव गुरुगुहवन्दितमनन्तति पुरन्दर दिक्पालसनन्दनादिमुनिवराळि वन्दितमभिनव गुरुगुहनन्दितमनन्तकीर्तिं शेषाचलनायकं भजामि विशेषवल्लभदायकं शेषाचलनायकं भजामि Namaskaram to everyone. My name is Yogashri Bharat from Edmonton, Canada. I've been learning music since the age of 4 under my Guru Srimati, my mother Guru Srimati Radha Bharat, followed by Vidushi Srimati Jayalakshmi Srinivasan. Since 2013, I'm under the tutelage of Srimati Vishaka Hari for both Carnatic music and Harikatha. I would like to thank Srimati Shobhana Sujit Kumar SR Fine Arts and the committee San Jose, California, USA for providing this wonderful opportunity to perform. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sriman Narayana, is known to be omnipresent, and this is established by the Vedas and other musical compositions by many musical composers. He incarnates through the cycle of time in order to alleviate the sufferings of all living beings on earth. Lord Srinivasa is considered to be the Kali Yuga Devam or Kali Yuga Pratyaksha Vibhatam, or the transcendental being of Kali Yuga. Today, I'll be making a very humble effort in presenting the Srinivasa Kalyanam, or the divine marriage of Lord Srinivasa to Devi Padmavati. I will be using Alvar Pasurams and Divya Desa Vaibhavam, penned by my revered Guru Sri Sri Krishna Premi Swamigal, as a reference, along with appropriate compositions by noted composers. I will also be using my Guru Srimati Vishaka Hari's Srinivasa Kalyanam Harikatha as my reference. Traversing through the vast ocean of his Leelas, incarnations and transcendental pastimes in this limited period of time is an impossible task. Hence, we will be exploring just a few droplets in the hopes of imbibing some of his qualities. Once, as Lord Narayana laid in his yogic slumber on the mighty serpent Adisesha in the abode, the milky ocean of Kshirabdi, sage Narada appeared before him. Shriman Narayana, Shriman Narayana, Narayana. Vishnu said, "O sage Narada, I'm so glad to see you here. I was wondering over incarnating on earth in an Archadi Rupam, or in a form where I can be worshipped as an idol. Would you do the honors of suggesting a suitable locality for the same?" Sage Narada then said, "O Shriman Narayana, please incarnate on the land of Tondai Mandalam in the southern area of the Indian subcontinent. The land is barren with no rains. It is infertile and there's hardly any prosperity. People are suffering from poverty and disease. You must alleviate the sufferings of the people and show your benevolence to all, including the corrupt and the bad." The Lord approved of this, and with great joy, he immediately decided to incarnate. Tato mukundaha prajigaya sesham tato mukundaha prajigaya sesham sesham tato mukundaha prajigaya sesham Paryanka bhutam Paramatmanastam Adisesha manifested himself into the Saptagiri Babuva, the 7 peaked hills of Tirumala, namely Anjanadri, Seshadri, Venkatadri, Garudadri, Simhadri, Rishabhadri and Narayanadri. Each of these peaks are named after prominent incidents in the history of Bharatakhanda. Of this, the most important peak is the Venkatadri peak. Ve in Sanskrit means papam or sins, and kata means destruction or burning. Venkata itself translates to the one who destroys or burns down sins. Hence the Lord also goes by the name Venkatesha, or the one who resides in Venkata Shaila Shikharam, the one who resides in the peak of Venkatadri. As soon as Lord Venkatesha descended, he awaited for a suitable devotee in order to show his true presence and form. Meanwhile, Tondaman Chakravarti II ruled over the 12 forests of North Arcot and South Arcot districts, with Narayanapuri as his capital, or the present-day Lower Tirupati. He was a very benevolent ruler and a devotee of Lord Narayana. Every day, cowherds would take pots of milk to the court as a tax-paying mechanism. One day, as the cowherds were passing through the forest to the palace, they observed a snake pit below a tamarind tree. As the cowherds passed through the snake pit, every pot on the cowherd's head fell over and the milk in the pot spilled over the snake pit. This happened to every cowherd. All the pots fell uncontrollably. They decided to report this incident to the king. The king merely dismissed this as a coincidence. Meanwhile, a farmer growing millets in the hot barren lands encountered a very bizarre incident. So the farmer had the habit of offering the food that he consumed before he consumes for himself to the Lord. One day he had an urgent chore to attend to, so he asked his son to take care of the fields. As the day passed by, the son began to feel hungry and he decided to have some food. The very instant he laid his hands on the food, a pig nearby began grazing the millets, which the son was unaware of. As soon as the father returned, he was very angry as he found his son to have food without even offering it to the Lord. He scolded him, reprimanded him, and picked up a stick in order to hit his son when a divine voice reverberated and echoed across the skies. "O farmer, my offering is complete." The farmer shuddered in fear, confusion, and surprise. Immediately, his gaze fell onto the pig that was grazing his millets. The farmer immediately began chasing the pig. The chase went on for hours. Finally, the pig hid itself inside the snake pit below the tamarind tree in order to protect itself from the farmer. The farmer found this to be very bizarre. He reported this to the king. After this incident, the king began wondering and pondering if there was indeed a divine or a transcendental presence in the snake pit. That night, the king had a vision of Lord Narayana in the form of a dream. "Seshaachaleham nivasami rajan valmika madhye jagatam hikaya kshiravishekena sushodaya tvam tatraiva maam drakshasi shigrameva tatraiva maam drakshasi shigrameva." Narayana said, "O king, I am residing in Seshachaleham. Perform an offering of an abhishekam of 1008 milk pots, Shirabhishekena, and reveal my presence and form." The king was ecstatic and announced this to all the people in the kingdom. As soon as he reached the snake pit, he started the milk offering. People slowly began gathering and were enraptured. They waited with bated breath. As the pit began dissolving, first, the Varaha Murti, or the boar-shaped incarnation of Lord Vishnu, appeared. Even to this day, the puja and offerings in Tirupati are first performed to Varaha Murti even before Lord Srinivasa in Tirupati. the king continued to perform the milk offering as he wanted to see the form of Lord Narayana he envisioned in his dream. As the pit slowly began to dissolve further, the Divya Kiritam, or the divine crown embellished with precious gems and stones, was shown. The Kasturi Tilakam, the lotus-shaped eyes and the charismatic smile and face of the Lord then appeared. Slowly, the Lord's mighty Bhujangam, shoulders, Vishala Vakshasthalam, the grand and great chest, and then his arms came into light. One of the arms were pointing towards his holy feet and the other resting on the thighs. The pit dissolved further and further, and finally the divine Tiruvadi, or the holy feet, was seen. All the people there felt that it was not just merely an idol, but an embodiment of knowledge, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sriman Narayana himself, the Chinmaya Rupam. Chinmaya Rupam Venkatachala Nilayam Vaikunta Puravasam Pankajanetram Paramapavitram Pankajanetram Paramapavitram Pankajanetram Paramapavitram Shankachakradhara Chinmaya Rupam Shankachakradhara Chinmaya Rupam Venkatachala Nilayam Vaikunta Puravasam Sakala Veda Vicharam Sarva Papanitaram Makara Kundalagara Madana Gopalam Makara Kundalagara Madana Gopalam Bhakta Poshaka Shri Purandara Vithalam Bhakta Poshaka Shri Purandara Vithalam Bhakta Poshaka Shri Purandara Vithalam Venkatachala Nilayam Vaikunta Puravasam Pankajanetram Paramapavitram Shankachakradhara Chinmaya Rupam Venkatachala Nilayam Venkatachala Nilayam Venkatachala Nilayam Venkatachala Nilayam Nilayam. This kriti is composed by Purandardasa in the Ragam Sindhu Bhairavi set to Aditala. The Raja was extremely overwhelmed by the Lord's grace and benevolence. He felt that he was fortunate to have been chosen for the task of unearthing the Lord. He felt extreme gratitude towards the Lord for having chosen to hail in the lands ruled by Tondaman. He constructed a temple for Lord Srinivasa. Krishnadevaraya, another noted ruler, then renovated the temple, which is the present day Tirupati Devasthanams. In the same dynasty of Tondaman, hailed a king and a queen named Akasha Raja and Dharani Devi. The couple resided in Tiruchanur, and their capital city was Shukapura. Once, as they were in a yagashala performing a yajna or a sacrifice, a pond nearby bloomed. A lotus in a pond nearby bloomed and bore a very beautiful baby girl. The king and the queen were ecstatic and overjoyed to have found the baby girl. Just like King Janaka adopted Devi Sita when she was found from the ground, Akasha Raja and Dharani Devi adopted this very beautiful baby girl and rightfully called her Padmavati. Thus, Devi Lakshmi incarnated as Padmavati. They also named her Alamelu Manga, which is nothing but the person who was born on the lotus. Avatarinchenu amma amma Alamelu Manga avatarinchenu amma Alamelu Manga avatarinchenu amma Alamelu Manga avatarinchenu amma Alamelu Manga అలమేలు మంగౌమావతరించెను శివసనకాదులు సుమవశ గురిపించి శివసనకాదులు సుమవశ గురిపించి శ్రీదేవిను జూచి స్థానస్తుతింప శ్రీదేవిను జూచి స్థానస్తుతింప శ్రీదేవిను జూచి స్థానస్తుతింప అవతరించెను అమ్మా కార్తీక శుక్ల పంచమిలో కార్తీక శుక్ల పంచమిలో దివ్య కనక కమల మధ్యములో కమలను జూచి గగనరాజుడు కమలను జూచి గగనరాజుడు కామిని ధరణితో సంతసించెను కామిని ధరణితో సంతసించెను అవతరించెను అమ్మ అలమేలు మంగౌమా అవతరించెను This song is composed by my Guru Sri Sri Krishna Premi Swamigal in Shruti Ragam Aditalam. Thus Padmavati incarnated in Kartika Shukla Panchami Tithi of the Hindu calendar and Mrigasirisa Nakshatra. Even to this day, the Devi Brahmotsavam or Padmavati Brahmotsavam in Tirupati is carried out in the above dates and the corresponding positioning of the stars. Princess Padmavati grew to be a very beautiful, sweet-natured girl. She had a divine aura and was always invested in good activities and dharmakaya. Once, she and her friends decided to roam about in the royal gardens of the kingdom, namely the Nandavanam, as it was the springtime. A few of Tirumalayappan's or Srinivasa's transcendental pastimes were to incarnate as human beings, just like the Vibhavatarams of Rama and Krishna. Once, with Garuda, the mighty eagle, manifested into a horse, he rode from Tirumala to Tiruchanur towards the Nandavanam. As soon as he reached the Agatsya Tirtham or a pond in the Nandavanam, he allowed the horse to graze by. The Nandavanam was very beautiful as it was springtime already, with bees buzzing, birds chirping, flowers blooming, luscious green creepers entwined with each other and ponds everywhere. The Nandavanam was looking very beautiful. In the Gadyam, in the following Gadyam, it is explained how when Lord Srinivasa entered the Nandavanam, how the entire dynamics of the same Nandavanam changed. Saki Bhagavan Sakala Surasura Munigana Vidyadhara Gandharva Kinnara Kim Purusha Garuda Sevite Ajagaja Mriga Markata Vyatra Kshadi Nana Mriganam Krute Keki Koga Kaka Kokila Koyatti Kukkuta Kalahamsa Shukabhagari Shakunta Samuha Kalita Kolahara 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 Chandana Devadaru Champaka Champeya Malli Mandara Madhavi Kalanarigera Panasarasala Bijapura Kadi Nana Buruha Samuha Bhushite Manikya Vaidurya Maragada Gomela Kadi Prakashite Lalita Sopana Parampara Prakatite Srimati Seshachale Tadupavane Mrigayanimittam Sancharan Mrigayanimittam Sancharan Karagda Sharasanaha Sharasanaha Karagda Sharasanaha मेघश्यामलो 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 कोमलादरः नवयौवनः समृजम्बिक सर्वाङ्गः श्रीवेङ्कटेशो विजयते तदा विजयते Gadyam, it is explained how the dynamics of the Nandavanam changed when Lord Srinivasa appeared in the Nandavanam. Different birds, the myna, the parrots, the sparrows, the swans began chirping in excitement and in ecstasy upon the arrival of the Lord. Not only the birds, even the different animals, different animals, the deer, the fawn, the rabbits, squirrels and other animals began roaming about with a smile and with a beautiful gait in the Nandavanam. Not just the animals and the birds, including the flowers, different types of flowers. Chandana Devadaru, Champaka Champiya, Malli, Mandara, Madhavi, Punnaga. Different flowers, Jati, Malli, Champaka, rose, hibiscus, sunflowers, name it. All of these flowers were blooming in complete ecstasy, emanating beautiful scents. As the Lord finally arrived at the Nandavanam with his Padmanayanaha, lotus-shaped eyes, Kutilalakaha, holy head, Kanakambaraha, gold jewelry, Meghashyamalo, with a skin tone that resembled the clouds laden with rain. And with a Madhura Mriduhasaha, with a beautiful and a charismatic smile, Navayamvanaha, Shri Venkatesha arrived at the Nandavanam like a beautiful young prince. The entire environment was so beautiful, breathtaking and charged. Padmavati had a glimpse of Lord Srinivasa and felt very divinely charmed by him. So much so, she persuaded her friends to go inquire about his whereabouts. The friends said, "How can I go ask a stranger who he is, where he is from, and why he has come here? He's a Parapurusha, a man unknown to us. I refuse to go inquire." Padmavati persuaded further, "O friend, O Sakhi, he's not Parapurusha, but I feel he's Param Purusha, the most noble man, the supreme personality of Godhead Sriman Narayana himself." The friend chuckled and said, "Like as though Lord Narayana would come all the way to Nandavanam to see all of us. I am not going to go and inquire anything about this stranger." Padmavati continued to say, "O Sakhi, my intuition says that it is Sakshat Bhagavan. It feels like we have had a connection since time immemorial. I feel very drawn to him. I feel like I have lost my heart to him. I feel like he has stolen my heart away." Kamalaja Manoharam Shri Kamalaja Manoharam Shri Kamalaja Manoharam Shri Kamalaja Manoharam ri ga kamalaj dani padani sa ni da pa ma ga ri ga kamalaj padani sa ni ga ni da pa sa ni da pa ma ga ma kamalaj ni da ni pa da ma pa ma ga ri ga ma pa da pa ma pa da ni da pa da ni kamalaj ma ga pa ma da pa ni da sa ni re sa ga re sa ni re sa ni da pa pa da ni sa ni da pa da kamalaj da ni pa pa da ma pa da pa ma kamalaj sa ni da pa ma kamalaj ni da ni pa da ma pa ma ni da ni pa da ma pa ma ga ni da ni pa pa ma kamalaj da ni sa ni da ni ga re sa ni da pa sa ni da pa pa ma kamalaj sa 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 ni sa ga re sa ni da ni sa ga re sa ni da 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 pa da ni sa ni da pa pa da ni sa ni da pa pa ga ma pa da pa ma ga ma pa da pa ma ga ma pa da ni da 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 pa da ni da ni pa da ma pa da ni da ni pa da ma pa ni da ni pa da ni da 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 sa pa da ni sa ni da pa ni ma pa da ni da pa ma da ga ma pa da pa ma ga pa re ga ma pa ma ga re ma sa re ga ma pa da ni da 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 sa re sa ni ni da 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 pa ni da da ni da 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 ni da 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 ni da ni da da ni da da ni da da ni da ni da da pa pa ma ga re sa re ga ma pa da ni ga ma pa da ni sa ga ma pa da ni sa re ga re sa ni da ni da 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 ni ga re ga sa ni sa da ni sa ni sa da ni sa ni sa da ni ga re sa ni da ni sa ga ma re sa ni da pa da ni ni sa ni da pa da ni sa ga 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 re sa ni da pa sa ni da pa ma ga re ga ma pa ga da pa ma pa da ga ga ni da pa ma pa da ni ga ma pa da pa ma pa da ni da ni sa ni ga re sa ni da ni sa ga ga re sa ni da pa da ni sa ni da pa da ni sa ga 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 re sa ni da pa sa ni da pa ma kamalaj mano This kriti is composed by Papanasam Sivan in the ragam Karaharapriya in double rupakam. The Lord slowly walked towards the girls. Pretending to be a hunter, he asked Padmavati, "Did you see a deer that I was chasing go by?" To which Padmavati said, "There's no such deer other than the ones that were already in Nandavana." Thirumalai Appan slowly began conversing with Padmavati. "Oh beautiful princess, who are you? Are you the daughter of the Gandharvas, or the daughter of the serpent king, or the daughter of a man, or a Nrupakanya? Gandharva Kanya, Sura Kanya Kava, Nagendra Kanya, Nrupakanya Kava, Kahatvam Sakhi Vishcharasi Priyavi, Kandharadeshe Vadakanyaketvam." Padmavati said, "I am Akasharajan's daughter, and I was told I was born on a lotus." The Lord continued to ask, "Why are you all girls wandering around the forest like the bees buzzing around a flower?" The girls then said, "It is the springtime. In order to witness the beauty of the season, we have come to the royal gardens. You are now trespassing our property, and we would like you to go away now." The Lord then smiled and said he would like to join the girls. The girls were flabbergasted and were angry by what he said. They shouted at him and scolded him and chastised him and asked him, "Don't you have any dharma? Why are you behaving so badly? Don't you have any parents to fear for your bad behavior?" To which the Lord in a very cryptic tone said, "All of dharma is directed towards me. I have no parents to fear for." The girls failed to understand this message and drove him away. Padmavati, on the other hand, knew it was Sakshat Bhagavan himself. She was completely lost in his thoughts. She reminisced the conversation they had, his beautiful smile, his beautiful words. She was completely distraught. She felt like her heart was being ripped away. She was in complete viraham. She refused to get ready, she refused to do anything, she refused to eat or even sleep. Srinivasa, on the other hand, also was very quiet. He usually confided in an old lady named Vakula Malike, who was believed to be the incarnation of Mother Yashoda herself. She used to bring him fruits and milk for dinner. That day she asked him, "Oh Narayana, why are you so sorrowful, the one who removes miseries from all living beings?" To which Narayana said, "I met Devi Padmavati today. I think I have fallen for her immense devotion and pure love and bhakti." Vakula Malike said, "Oh, don't you worry. I will go find out what's on her mind." Narayana was surprised and asked her, "How would you do that? You would need to get into the palace." To which Vakula Malike said, "Don't you worry again. I will get ready as a palm reader and an astrologer. I'm sure they will let me in." Sure enough, the next day morning, as she had promised, she reached the palace. Dharini Devi quickly summoned her into Padmavati's chambers. She wanted her to check Padmavati. She felt that she was distraught or probably diseased or even cursed. Vakula Malike took Padmavati's soft hands onto hers and addressed Dharini Devi saying, "It is neither a disease nor a curse, but something else." To which Padmavati slowly opened up saying, "Shamo yuvam manmata mohanangaha, Shamo yuvam manmata mohanangaha, Pitambara Padmadala Padmadalaya Taddarshanenaiva Darshanenaiva Vimojitaram Nitavalarat Sakhi Janaisha She said, "Oh mother, I met a young prince. Shamo yuvam was more beautiful than Manmata himself. Manmata mohanangaha." He was dressed in yellow robes in Pitambara and had lotus-shaped eyes and a beautiful, charismatic and compassionate smile. "I have fallen for him, mother." The Queen Mother was very angry and was very, very furious at Padmavati as she felt that she had crossed all lines of dharma, honor and respect. Vakula Malike then explained to Dharini Devi that the person she fell for was no ordinary man but Lord Srinivasa himself. Dharini Devi was very confused about this whole incident. Meanwhile, in the court of Akash Raja, Shuka Brahmarshi came to the court in order to seek Devi Padmavati's hand in marriage on behalf of Lord Srinivasa. Akash Raja was completely ecstatic, excited, overjoyed to have learned that Lord Srinivasa was going to be his son-in-law, that he immediately engaged Devi Padmavati to Lord Srinivasa. Finally, the day arrived. Vishnu, along with Rudra, Indra, Kubera and other demigods, reached Tiruchanur. Tiruchanur was a visual spectacular. On the account of the wedding, the entire city was decorated with toranams, floral backdrops, rangolis, decorative paintings. Lamps were lit everywhere. Humongous quantities of food were being prepared, different types of food. Sweets, savories, rice items, bread items, curries, and many more. In the center of the festive environment lay the grand mandap or the divine altar, where hundreds of people dressed glamorously began gathering in order to witness the divine wedding of Lord Srinivasa and Devi Parvati. The queen and the friends were helping Padmavati to get ready and with her bridal arrangements. Her curly hair was done neatly and adorned with precious hair jewels and flowers. She wore a grand red sari and matched it with a bright red bindi. She wore jewelry made of gold, rubies, emeralds, diamonds, and many other precious stones. She wore large earrings, many necklaces, chokers, bangles, finger rings, toe rings, and anklets, and many more. With sparkling eyes, a beautiful smile, and a very coy attitude, Padmavati was looking absolutely magnificent and gorgeous. Pidikita talambrala pelli kuturu, kunda belamerane nampene pelli kuturu, perugala javarali pelli kuturu, pedda peruna mutyala meena pelli kuturu, pedanagini pelli kuturu, vibbu perugucha siggu pade pelli kuturu, pidikita talambrala pelli kuturu. This is an Annamacharya Kriti describing Padmavati as a bride. She walked daintily towards the mandapam with a very coy attitude and with happiness brimming inside her. Lord Srinivasa was also looking stunning and walked with a mighty gait towards the altar. As they reached the entrance of the altar, they exchanged garlands. All devatas and devatas trees, demigods and demigoddesses were present at this moment. And as soon as they exchanged the garlands, they began singing with instruments playing and Vedas chanting, Navaratna mantapamunu dilnechi, Navavidana mulu kattidichi, Lakshmi kalyana vaibhavame, Brahmaduru stuti chesidichi, Premita batulu juchi kungiri, Lakshmi kalyana vaibhavame. As soon as they reached the entrance of the altar, Devi and Venkatesha sat down on a swing. Padmavati was elated. After the garland exchange, they sat on that mighty swing with Devi Saraswati on one end and Devi Parvati on the other. The swing was very beautifully decorated with other demigoddesses offering fruits and flowers as per the ritual. They began singing, Lali 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 Shri Venkatesha, Lali 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 Shri Venkatesha, Lali 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 Shri Srinivasa, Padmavati Lola Paramanupuna Bhakta Kolahala Premika Vara Soon after the swing ritual, the Lord held Padmavati's hand and proceeded further into the divine altar. The entire mandapam was decorated very beautifully and filled with all demigods and goddesses, Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, Indra, Vayu, Varuna, different other rishis, Narada, Shubhabrahma Rishi, Vedavyasa, and so many others. Not only that, there were other people as well, people of Tiruchanur, people of Tirumala. There was music and Nadaswaram in the background. Shuka Brahmarishi then handed over the sacred ornament or the Tirmangalyam to the Lord in order to tie around Padmavati's neck. With the Vedas chanting and Nadaswaram in the background, the Lord slowly tied the sacred ornament of the Tirmangalyam around Padmavati's neck. Mangalya Sutram Rishishildanato Bhavanda Padmavati Kantadeshe Taravadashu Usmani Deva Jabushchu Gandharvagana Saharsham. Everyone is happy and overwhelmed, blessing the divine couple. Everyone was so excited that they began to sing Maragata Mani Maya Mandapa Madhya Maragata Mani Maya Mandapa Madhya शोभनं लक्ष्मी श्रीधरयोः मरगतमणिमयमण्डपमध्य विराजितरत्नवेदिनीदं मदवदीरं लक्ष्मीसहितं पुष्पैर्तीरवासदं शोभनं लक्ष्मी श्रीधरयोः शोभनं लक्ष्मी श्रीधरयोः. After the festivities, Venkatesha and Padmavati head towards Tirupati. Vakramalike takes the arti of Padmavati and Srinivasa as they enter the abode of Tirumala or of Srinivasa. Kshirabdi Kanyakako Shri Mahalakshmi Kini Neerajalanyakunu Neerajanam. The song is composed by Annamacharya. Padmavati is known to reside in the Lord's Vakshasthalam, and that's why he came to be called as Srinivasa, because his heart is the abode of Devi Lakshmi or Shri. Together, Tirupati Balaji and Devi Padmavati, the divine couple, grace millions and millions of people and pilgrims. Let us pray to them for the well-being of the entire world and seek their blessings. I would like to thank Srimati Shobhana Sujit Kumar, SR Fine Arts, and the committee San Jose, California, USA for providing this wonderful opportunity to perform. All the songs that we sang in Kalyana Mahotsavam and other songs are taken, like I mentioned, from my revered Guru Shri Shri Krishna Premi Swamigal Grantham. The first kriti that was sung in Ragam Varali was Shri Muthuswami Dikshitar's kriti Seshachalanayakam, and the Pasuram that was sung in Varali is taken from Tiruvazhmozhi of Nammalvar. Thank you everyone. Namaskaram.